So we're back in the workshop today. We're just going to have a look around at a couple of bits and pieces that I'm doing. I haven't got a long time here today, so I've just been filling in a few things. So what I've been doing here, this is masonry paint, black masonry paint. I've been painting the backs of my plaques. There's the green man there, the green lady, more green man, and this lady, plaque as well. So I always paint them in exterior masonry paint to help make the plaster waterproof. The plaster is waterproof anyway, but this just gives it an extra degree of protection. Obviously everything is going to be varnished as well. So the masonry paint, and then I put on the acrylic paint, and then I put on the varnish. There's a green man, concrete green man, is just sitting there waiting to harden. Sheila and a gig. This is concrete 2. I have run out of herculite, so I poured some concrete there for a change. So this isn't going to be ready until, I won't be back here until Wednesday. Today's Monday, I won't be back until Wednesday, so it should be ready by then. Some green men in the molds there, also concrete. Some herculite green men there. I'm going to leave those to dry for a few days before I paint them. This is the woman plaque as well. It's actually called the pen. It's by some artist whose name eludes me. This is the pen here, you see. The feather quill. Some artist, I can't remember the name, Muck or something like that. It's called the pen, and apparently painted in 1899. I only found this out actually because somebody asked me about it. Oh, the green man, or the green man, or the green man. It's going to wait here for, it's probably ready to paint now, but I just haven't got time today to do it. Little frog chap that I made. I managed to get all my skulls and my gargoyles, which are concrete. I got them up onto that shelf anyway. I'm not going to be painting them right now. I just made lots and lots of them, so I'm just going to leave them there and I'll paint them at some other stage. This is the wall where I have my painted items, painted green man. So this Dionysus, the lady's buying that from me today, later this evening, so I have to bring that home with me. There's an unpainted Dionysus. It's just about ready to paint. It's been out of the mold probably about 2 weeks, so it should be okay. New green man. Little green man here with the teeth. I made a couple of these and already I've sold quite a few, so I'm quite happy with them. Green man there. Little frogs. What I'm hoping to do here, when I tidy the place up a little bit, is I'm hoping to have it almost as a sort of a retail shop come workshop. I need to tidy up a little bit first though. These are poured concrete green men. They're just hardening up there, so they'll be ready on Wednesday to come out of the mold. This is a bookcase there with a few of the finished items. You see the finished items there. All sorts of bits and pieces. These little gnomes. I'm not going to make any more of them. They just I've brought them to the crafts fair and to the alternative fair, and there was no real interest in them. Same with this dog. I haven't sold very many of them at all, so there's really no sense in making more of them, I don't think. Those little bowls in the background as well. They're made from concrete, painted black and glazed in the yacht varnish as well. Suitable for plant pots, indoor planters, outdoor planters, whatever. These are the little tea light holders. Okay, so this central place where I'm using, I've got more green men there, concrete green men. They're poured, waiting to come out of the mold on Wednesday. These scaffolding planks have to go out of here. The guy who owns this space, he wants to put a wall down the center here. I don't know if he's actually going to do it, but I want to get rid of those planks myself. So I've set up my little painting table there in the center. So we just step outside. It is absolutely a beautiful day today. It is gorgeous. Still no leaves on the trees, but it's very sunny. Very, very nice day. So here's what else I've been doing. This bathtub is actually my worm farm. The beginning of my worm farm. So we'll just have a look inside. Now what I've got in here is a mixture of leaf mold, rotted manure and kitchen scraps. The rotted leaf mold, which was already here. This has gone into the bottom. I put the rotted manure over the top, and then I just dumped the kitchen scraps over the top of that. Now there aren't too many worms in there at the moment. I had a small pot of them in my own house, mostly baby worms. I just dumped them in there and I added some water, and I am hoping that whatever's there will get going, but I've ordered a couple of kilos of worms from a shop online, and when they arrive I'm going to bung them in there, and that's going to be my proper worm farm. So basically you add the manure, you add the worms, and then you add the household scraps. The worms apparently will eat anything. They don't like onions and they don't like citrus peel. Now there's a few peels in there, but that's not really something I'm not that concerned about. If they don't eat them, I'll just bury them, and they will work as compost anyway. Okay, so I'll do another video of when I actually add the worms, and then we'll be keeping up to date on that. I always it's not exactly warm, it's not exactly hot, but it's starting to get a little bit sunny, so I keep this topped up with water to keep everything moist. That's the way the worms like it. And I have this board over the top because the worms like to eat in the shade. They like to eat in the evening at night time. So here's a few things that I've taken out of the molds. These are all concrete. I've just left them out here in the weather to harden up a bit. Lots of green men. I'm going to paint these when they're ready to go. Now this was I did a video a while back of pouring some of these, using a homemade concrete mixture. They actually turned out very, very well. The level of detail on them was very nice. No bubbles. No bubbles to speak of anyway. Really, really good. So these are from the other video, and this is what they look like. I'm just leaving them outdoors. I have some potatoes planted here. There's no point showing you the potatoes because they're in the ground, but I just dug down. The soil isn't bad. There's a bit of clay here. So you see the clay has a tendency, well, it's the stone. The clay has a tendency to form clumps. But if you look on the top there, you can see this is all rotted leaf mold and rotted farmyard manure, because this is a stable, or it used to be a stable yard. So when they scraped away the soil, it was mostly rotted manure, rotted leaf mold, that sort of thing. So what I'm saying is this is good organic. This is a good organic soil. The potatoes were sprouting eyes in the bags, so I threw them down. I didn't buy any seed potatoes or anything like that. These are just ordinary potatoes that have been left too long in the house. And these little plants here, they call it purple heart. It's basically an indoor plant, but it'll grow quite happily outdoors. Now I put these were in 2 small pots in my back garden, probably for a year or more. They became root bound, and this was the pot that I had my previous so-called worm farm in, so I just popped these in here. They've already started to grow. You can see little shoots here, and I'm talking about 4 or 5 days. They're a succulent plant. They're a semi-succulent. They grow very, very easy from cuttings. If anybody wants cuttings from them, let me know. I will root them in a jar of water, a glass of water, and they'll throw down roots quite easily. So now my friend has dumped, well, he's given me yet another bathtub to extend this worm farm. I'm not exactly sure where to put it. Probably against this wall here, or maybe side by side. Probably to the left of the existing bathtub here. I'll just move this stuff out of the way. You see that lion there has a problem with his face. The face came off in the mold, you see, I was too eager and the concrete hadn't set properly, so I kind of stuck the face back on. It's okay, but it's not it doesn't look very good. There's the friend, actually, he turned out okay. But anyway, if anybody's interested in these lines, I can let you have them at a discount, because in my world they're not perfect, so I'm not going to sell them as perfect. Okay, so there's a few of the items there. You can hear the birds there. It's a gorgeous day. I mean, once the spring starts to come, the spirits start to lift, there's no doubt about it. So this is my little chair where I was doing my painting earlier this morning. So that's about it. We'll come back with a few videos, hopefully during the week. Oh, this is I planted some onion seeds here. The propagators. These are the propagators you buy in Lidl or Aldi or somewhere like that. I actually had them for a long time. And I bought the seeds there too. So this is it's homemade soil. It's just the soil that I found here on the premises, and I put down some rotted leaf manure or rotted leaf mold, and I just sprinkle the seeds on top and spray them with water, and then I've got the top on side, so that's going to it's going to keep in the humidity, and the temperature is probably going to rise quite a bit, you know, during the day when the sun gets on them. So I anticipate they'll probably sprout in about 10-12 days, something like that. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit. Okay folks, have a really good day, and I'll talk to you all guys later. Bye bye.